Hello there. Oh, I forgot to turn that on. I can't see myself. Hello there. My name is Matt Williams. I am a... How do I introduce myself? I was a founding member of the Llama team. I've been focused on AI for a while, and I like to do this daily news show about news items that I found interesting. It's not always the typical news things that people think of or people see on any of the sites that cover AI news. It's probably a little bit different than what you're used to, but it's all the stuff that I find very interesting that is usually AI related. I tend to go towards the local kind of stuff rather than anything hosted by the major AI providers. And but sometimes you can't avoid talking about them too. So I come every day. 10:30 is what I like to say. It's 4:47 now. Definitely not 10:30. I don't know what happened. What happened today? Why did I not do it at 10:30? I don't know. Oh, I was finishing up my automation. So, this is so cool. So, one of the kind of the painful parts of doing this live stream, I guess it doesn't have to be painful. I can do the stream, and I can save it and post it, and we're done. But looking at, for somebody looking at the stream a little bit later, the recording, it can be a little bit scary seeing this hour long, or last time I did one, we did it on Friday, and it was 2 hours long, 2.5 hours long. You look at that, like, oh my God, I can't possibly watch that. That's going to be boring. Let me skip to the part that's interesting. And then there's no chapter markers because now somebody, me, has to go through the entire video looking for the interesting bits and say, yep, that's a new chapter, that's a new chapter, that's a new chapter. And I just wanted to have something that was easy, that would, do it for me. And there's lots of tools that will create the chapter markers. That's not a problem. I can use an AI tool, but all the things required me to get the transcript, and the YouTube generates the transcript kind of in their own time, and sometimes generating that transcript can take 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours to show up, and I want it now. And so I've been playing around with this system for the last couple of days. Finally got everything all working, so it's like flawless. So I have a Stream Deck right in front of me, and on that Stream Deck there's a create a broadcast, so that sets up the stream in YouTube. I actually do it through Ecamm Live, and then next to that there's a start button, and start actually starts the stream when it's scheduled to go. Then there's a timer that just says how long the stream has been going on, so I can see it's at about 4 minutes and 49 seconds since I pressed start. And then there's an end button, and then there's a reset timer just in case the timer goes wacky. And then there's a quit. And when I hit quit, lights turn off, all the bits of equipment all turn off, and it's like, I'm done. But when I click on end, it ends the broadcast, and now it also, within a few seconds, it sends a webhook to my automation platform, which is N8N. And there's going to be a lot of videos about N8N coming in the future. So it sends a message to N8N, and N8N says, oh, there's a stream that is just finished. And so it logs into YouTube and grabs all of my streams, well, at least the last 5 streams, and it finds any of them that have been completed in the last hour, I think I say. I should probably change that to the last 10 minutes. So it sees the videos that are finished in the last 10 minutes. It downloads the file, the full video, and then converts that, uses FFmpeg to convert that to a WAV file. 16 kilohertz wave file. And then I hand that, so all this happens on that Mac. So it's all automatic. I don't have to do anything, but this just automatically happens. So it downloads that, turns it into a WAV file, Whisper runs on it, and generates the SRT file. And then I kind of slightly modified that SRT file to be a little bit more condensed, and hand it off to, I'm using Llama 3.1 8 billion parameter model with a larger context, and say, find all the chapters. It finds all the chapters and gives me one list of all the chapters, and then sends that to sends that back to N8N, and it then picks up that file and adds it to the description of the video, and then post that. So, and all that happens within, I don't know, 8 minutes, 9 minutes, 10 minutes, somewhere in there. So that I've done it in testing with like short videos, and it's been flawless. We'll see if it actually works with this one at the end of this video. But I'm very excited that is working. I'm using N8N for a bunch of other things, like setting this stream to be in the right playlist. If you've seen any of my tweets, whatever they call X things now, but I'm still going to call them tweets. If you see any of my tweets in the last few days, what's happening is I'm finding an article either on my phone or on my computer. I find it interesting. I click on a little button that's basically sending a webhook to N8N with a little description saying, I don't know, whatever I say. That hands it off to Superbase, and then sends it off to Superbase, and then also does a bunch of things like create a summary, AI summary, adds all of that to Superbase, and then adds the news of the day to my GitHub page that I showed on Friday. And then every 30 to 90 minutes, a random amount of time between 30 and 90 minutes, it sends a tweet with what is the oldest thing that hasn't been tweeted yet in that Superbase database, and including that description. And so that gets tweeted automatically. And so I can look at a bunch of stuff, find 10 things in the morning, and then it trickles out over the day. And all that's N8N. So anyway, I was pretty excited about that. I'm going to do a bunch of other things. I want to definitely use more of their AI features, and because it's just, is it more efficient? No, not really. I mean, sometimes for some things it's really great, but if you're a developer, maybe it slows you down a little bit. But what's amazing is just the management of all the AI, of the API keys and the connection mechanisms. And so for that, and it's really great. And then when you look at it, at the flow, a few days later, it all just instantly makes sense. You can see the whole thing, and you don't have to okay, what did I do in this code? What's going on here? So anyway, I'm excited about that. Hey, hello, John Bradley. Greetings. Thank you for being here. Anybody else who is with me now? Let me know in the chat. I'd love to see what you're thinking, what you're doing. What else? I gotta drink water. I gotta always remember to drink water. I got my Llama water bottle. At Datadog, we had, hello, William Charles. At Datadog, we were all given these I think the same bottle, the Camelback, whatever these are, Nalgene like kind of bottles, and everybody put their own variation of Datadog stickers because everybody had the same bottle. So you have a company with 5,000 people and everybody has the same bottle. You got to identify which one's yours. So I had a whole bunch of Datadog stickers. Now since I was at Llama. I have a whole bunch of Llama. It's actually not that many, but two Llama stickers. 2010 Cisco. 2010 Cisco. Glad I'm here. Glad I found you. I'm glad you're here, and I am glad you found me. Maybe I found you. I don't know. Who found each other? Let's see. Let's see. Refresh this page. I'm just looking at a few things. All right, cool. Let me close a few windows here because I don't know about you, but I'm always having problems with way too many windows open on my desktop. So let's close a bunch of these things. Okay, that's all that stuff done. What about that? Okay, that's done. What else do I need to close? That. Don't need audio hijack. Don't need any desk open. Oh, I need to update something. Okay, I'll do that later. Okay. We're gonna do some AI news stuff. As I mentioned before, it's kind of like a little different than what most people will classify as news items. I think every time I see either of the other Matts doing an AI news, they're always talking about the fancy new big models. What was the thing that OpenAI released the other day? Some people are really excited about that thing. It's a great first stab at this other way, this better reasoning. Yes, I accept it's a necessary next step. It's just not that exciting yet. Trying to make a basic chatbot that's an expert in my field. Not sure how to do that. Should I put a good textbook in the system prompt? Put it as a document, etc., preferably a local LLM. That's what I'm trying to work on. Ooh, exciting, the news. Yes. Yeah, so you don't want to put just a whole textbook in the prompt because there ain't no prompt that's going to be big enough for that textbook. And anytime that there are some online models that will support a context, and so therefore you can stuff all that stuff in there. But the problem with any time that you deal with a large context is that it tends to forget a lot of the stuff in the middle, or even at the beginning or end. It forgets a lot of stuff. And so just help the model out. Just help it out a little bit and just give it you're always going to get a better answer, and you're going to get it faster if you can limit what gets sent to the model. I mean, just even if you're fine with using one of these online models and shoving all the stuff in there, if you shove that massive file in there or that massive text document in there, it's just gonna. I mean, because of laws of physics, it's gonna take a while to upload. It's just the connection. Even if you had the fastest possible connection, it's still gonna take a while. And so help it out, help yourself out, and limit what gets sent to the model. So the best way of doing that is RAG. It's Retrieval Augmented Generation. And there's all sorts of variations on that, and you can do some research. I've done a few RAG videos. There have definitely been some other RAG and graph RAG and on all sorts of other options on RAG that are out there. So look into that. Put that textbook and any other documents in that RAG database, and then just pull out the stuff that's relevant to the question. And maybe it's a little amount of stuff or it's a lot of stuff, but it's just the relevant stuff to the question. And then you're able to let the model work faster on less stuff. And it's always going to be better if you can limit what what the model has to deal with. Sparse priming representation. Okay, sure. All right, so let's take a look at some stuff. One thing I thought was interesting, switch over to this view, community tools. So I think this is great. I mean, HuggingFace is always looking for ways to make sure that they're always in the conversation. They want to always be in the conversation around AI. Well, it totally makes sense. I mean, they're a company. They want to make sure that they stay relevant. And yep, so there's vector, hybrid, there's graph stuff. There's, the graph RAG that's, we've had it for a year and a half that I've seen variations on that. And there's regular RAG. There's all sorts of other things that are out there. How does O1 work? How does it actually work? What's going on behind the scenes? I don't know enough details about it. Does it? Or it was a question about, hey, does it work well? And I did a little bit about that on Friday, and generally, a lot of people are very excited about it. It's a necessary next step, though it seems that many people have been able to replicate exactly what it's doing just using Llama 3.1 and a better prompt. So is it all that amazing? It's pretty amazing, but there's lots of ways of doing it. And it's been interesting to see other people come up with solutions that do the same thing. All right. Oh man, thank you. I've been meaning to get into RAG. I've watched a few videos, but haven't really dug into as much. I'll look in and probably ask questions. There are a bunch of tutorials here and there. You can even find some works with Llama 3.1 AB. Yeah, cool. Chain of thought. Yes. So lots of things. So community tools. I think this. So they can you can create these community spaces on HuggingFace, and then create a tool, and then make that tool available. You can make those tools available to anybody who wants to use it. So turn anyone's public space into a tool. It looks pretty neat, pretty interesting. Definitely something to play around with. Haven't played with it myself. I started to look briefly at it, but ran into some problems. So I need to spend more time with it after this. Llamaberry. Oh, yes. I'm not as impressed. It's been cool seeing Llama. Okay. I don't know about what Llamaberry is, but I guess that's one of the many variations on Llama to do what O1 is doing. There's a bunch of others. There's SambaNova did something. There's a bunch of others. Because, I mean, generally, O1 is neat. It's just not amazing. Anyway. Summary of NSA Amazon chips so I can get to other stuff. I'm not sure I understand. If you don't want tangents, this is not the stream to watch. Matt's video on this. I think another video. I think I just need to sit and try. Okay, cool. Pixtrol. Why not Llama? How long does it normally take for a new LLM to be on Llama platform? So how long does it take for models to show up? Usually, in a lot of cases, assuming we're talking about a model that's the same architecture as existing models, often it's on the quantized and converted models often show up on Llama before they show up on HuggingFace. Not the original model, but often somebody coming up with a quantized version. They're often sooner on Llama. Not always, sometimes. Then there are new architectures, and I believe, what was it called? Pixtral. I believe that was a different way of doing things than what other vision models have done, and so that kind of thing takes a little bit longer. How long does it take? Depends on how different it is, and if anyone at Llama, I'm pretty sure that somebody at Llama is probably thinking about it, but I don't know. I'm no longer part of that team, or any team. Miller Road near Bergman will be closed for the next 3 hours due to a collision. Please use alternate routes. Problem with the city sending out notifications saying use alternate routes is often there aren't alternate routes because there's not a lot of routes. I love your tangents. Well, thank you, William Charles. I don't know if I love my tangents, but I got them. Let's see. Let's move on to this guy. What about SambaNova? Yeah, I'm coming back to that. Chill. So there was this article, there's been a number of these articles coming out about the smaller models, and this is what is it? I'll chill out. I'll come to it. So articles about smaller language models. I gotta just close the chat window and not even pay attention to it until I need to pay attention to it. How many? Oh, good. So large language models, there are really huge large language models. There are smaller large language models. They're still large language models. And then people come along and say, oh, well, we need to come up with a new name for it. There are smaller large language models, so they should be small language models. Come on, really? What's up with all of a sudden, all these people are saying SLMs and SMs and all right. You'll get used to it. Don't worry, you'll get used to my tangents. So anyway, I just find it somewhat frustrating. It's the thing that I am most excited about, the smaller models, because they are getting better and better and really small, so they're super fast. I love these super fast models who can do really interesting things. And you can stitch a series of prompts together, do more agent-like things, but with small models, so it's super fast. I love it. Love it. And, super fast while staying local, so none of the privacy issues or security issues. It's just great. But I just hate the fact that people are giving it SM or SLM. So that's really all I included this one for. But I love them. And I want to see more smaller models. There was this podcast, the NSA podcast started, I feel like it started a few days ago. Let's see. I'm opening up my podcast player. I don't know if you probably can't see that, but so No Such Podcast. It started on September 4th, so we're about 10 days, 12 days into it. They've had 3 episodes. The first episode about basics of foreign signal intelligence, focused on finding bin Laden, and then cybersecurity as national security, and then the latest episode is specifically around AI, use of AI within the NSA. Now, obviously, it's not going to go into a lot of detail, but at a high level, how does the NSA how is NSA as well as national security, other national security related agencies use AI in their jobs? So fascinating. If you aren't familiar with, I believe it's the NSA puts out a number of documents on how to secure your systems. And they are fantastic documents about, locking down your Kubernetes boxes, locking down your other types of servers. And they're always fascinating to go through, do a really great job of, now, of course, there's always going to be somebody saying, oh, well, except for their back doors. Yeah, whatever, sure. But yeah, it's amazing resources from the NSA that you can use to make your systems more secure. And this is another neat resource for more of a high level of NSA's view on different topics, in this case, AI. If it works on small model, it should work on big. Yeah, I guess. I mean, it will definitely work on bigger models, but I just like the smaller models because they're faster. NSA is just a bunch of sellouts. I don't know. Okay, you've got your own agenda there, it seems, but whatever. All right, so let's see. Amazon. Amazon does chip design. Amazon makes their own chips. This happened when AWS AWS acquired chip designer Annupurna Labs back in 2015, about 9 years ago. I thought I was already signed in. Let's log in. Okay. Yeah, no such podcast, but I just opened up Overcast and just searched for NSA, and it was the first thing to pop up. All right. So, yeah, so they bought this company, Annupurna, to design CPUs, AI accelerators, servers, and data centers as vertically integrated operations. And so it's an interview with these two guys, Ali Sadi and Rami Sino, director of engineering and technical lead for Graviton. And it's kind of just here's this kind of stuff that we're doing. Here's what we're working on. But towards the end, it really goes into here's how the fact that we work for Amazon, and Amazon is a big retailer, it allows us to do, we've got a lot of internal knowledge about the kinds of things that we need to do with processors to make them better. And it's pretty interesting coverage of this, and it's great. AWS needs developer ecosystem though. Needs a stronger pretty strong developer ecosystem, but I guess I don't understand what. I mean, everybody needs a stronger. Around their custom chips. Yeah, I know nothing about Graviton, almost nothing about Graviton, or how else I can use those chips, or the machines that use those chips. I don't know, but it was just a little interesting. Ooh, sounds like garage door is opening up. And then finally, we get to SambaNova. So SambaNova is trying to replicate the magic parts of O1 using Llama 3.1. Llama 3.1, and it's got a demo on HuggingFace. Now, I tried going to this demo, and it seems to be a little popular right now. And I kind of let it wait for a few minutes, and it kept saying loading. So, not really the best advertisement for community spaces right now, and their community tools, because this one just hangs. Oh, I have a knock at the door. Hi, Stella.
I have some.
What do you have?
Licorice.
Licorice.
You can have one.
One? Hey, how was your swim?
Good.
Yeah? Did you like the wetsuit? Did they expand when you got in the water? Good. Cool. Thank you.
When I walked, I had to chomp.
Oh,
Like
yeah?
I was walking through.
Did it slosh water around in you?
Yeah.
Inside? Oh, yeah?
There's water inside.
Yeah. Does it feel good?
Dad?
Yeah?
Just letting you know,
Yeah?
these are my pieces of licorice.
Okay.
I'm fine if you have another one. I just want you to know that I'm going to put this in the candy box up in the pantry.
Okay. So it's so high that I can't reach. Okay. I'm gonna go back to my stream.
Bye.
Bye. My daughter gave me some Twizzlers. Or red vines or whatever they are. Oh. And now I'm being told, hi Jade, come on in. My dog came to visit. Every time I have these things, I think, why do I have these? I don't really like them. I have them because they're in my hand. It's like, now I gotta chew. I'll put it away. It's like when I go to Australia. Oh. When I've gone to Australia, I remember one time I was staying at the the Westin, that's the old post office in Melbourne. And I go to the front, to the guys at the front, and say, I want to go out and get Kangaroo. I want to have a Kangaroo dinner. And they said, no, you don't. So, no, no, you don't want that. So what do you mean? I really want to try this Kangaroo. I'm in Australia. You have kangaroos. I'd like to be able to get a kangaroo steak. No. So, see, us Australians, we know how awful kangaroo meat is, and we just make sure we avoid it. And then every year we kind of forget, and we go back and get another steak, a kangaroo steak, and remember how grisly and disgusting it is, and think, never again. I'm never going to have that again, until a year later, and we've forgotten, and we have it again, and we remind ourselves how awful it is. So I'm doing you a favor. You don't want it. It's like, no. I want to know. I want to find out. And so they send me to the best place in the city for this kangaroo meat. And I go, and it's exactly what they said. I'm like, this is awful. Apparently, kangaroo meat that they export is not as bad as what they keep themselves. They send all the good stuff out. I don't know why. Because apparently you can get better kangaroo meat outside of the country. I know some people are like, oh, you can't kill kangaroos, but I think they're a pest. Aren't they like a pest there? And so like open season to shoot a bunch of kangaroos. I don't know. Anyway, have to go to dinner. Okay. All this talk about kangaroo meat, you're getting hungry. I understand. But so there's this thing to try to compete with, or not compete, just demonstrating how, gotta be able to, bugger, love it. Okay, cool, no worries. And we can kind of see a little bit of what their prompt is, and I hopefully will get access to this, and we get to see what the prompt really is, because that's all the magic is here. It's this, whatever this prompt is. So it was kind of interesting. There's been a whole bunch of these different prompts that can, make sure it uses a chain of thought or other names for kind of the ideas that are used within these. And it's interesting to see how people are using that to give these models that have been around a little bit longer new life, like what O1 is doing. Anyway, so that's it. I looked around for any Llama updates. There aren't any updates, and there's no new models on Llama's website beyond what was added about a week ago. One thing that I did see was some funding. There's been a couple of funding things. There was the ridiculous one where they raised $1 billion. Oh God, what was that? Safe Superintelligence? Come on, raising $1 billion on an idea? It's ridiculous. As well as the other one. There's been a bunch of ex-Google, ex-OpenAI employees that have created companies, and they're raising insane amounts of money on ideas, and I can't see that going really well for them. I mean, that's nice to get a whole lot of money up front, but then getting any more is really a challenge. But here's a more realistic amount of money that was raised. So Supermaven. No. This is a lot. I mean, Supermaven is not just an idea. They're actually doing interesting things. They've been doing things, have customers for a long time, but super intelligence and what those other companies, I mean, they are just an idea. They've done nothing. They haven't implemented anything, and they're raising $1 billion, which is just insanity. I mean, to raise that much money on the first round means it's going to be so much more difficult to raise anything else ever again. And maybe they, blow it all early on and can't sustain themselves. So, it's crazy. Do I have a Pixel phone? No, I have. I'm iPhone all the way. Yeah. Something that can actually replace people. Yeah, okay. Yeah, whatever. AI coding assistant Supermaven raises cash from OpenAI Perplexity co-founders. So Supermaven is a tool that I actually use. I pay my $10 a month to Supermaven. I used to pay to Tabnine for a long time, up until I think I stopped paying for Tabnine when GitHub Copilot first came available. So that's a few years ago, probably 4 or 5 years ago. So I was using that, and then Tabnine. I didn't realize he sold Tabnine in 2019 during his exams at college, at University of Waterloo. That is interesting. And then from there, he joined OpenAI as an intern and stayed there until 2022. And then, so I didn't know about that OpenAI interlude, like leaving Tabnine and then working at OpenAI and then starting up Supermaven. So that's super interesting. But how much did they raise? No, that's not it. What did they? I thought I saw revenue is reaching $1 million this year. Oh man, I remember at Datadog when we hit 1 million recurring revenue for the year. Yeah, that was a big day. The entire company, all at the time, maybe 100 of us, 150 of us, broke out the champagne, and it was a good day. And I remember those points, where we had 1 million recurring revenue for the year, 1 million recurring revenue for the month, 1 million recurring revenue for the week, 1 million recurring revenue for the day, and then it was bigger numbers after that because it just kept getting bigger and bigger. So probably pretty exciting for them to hit 1 million in a year. Okay, so his first outside funding, $12 million round with Bessemer Venture Partners and a couple of angels, co-founder OpenAI, and Perplexity co-founder Dennis Yaretz, who didn't he also have a connection to Tabnine? I feel like I saw that somewhere. Oh well, I don't see where it was. But I think it's such a cool tool, and it would be great to see how they'll use the money to go further. What would this be? This would be, it's not a Series A. They've already found their product market fit. I'm not sure what Series X counts as. Let me tell you something. Binary is all you need. Okay. It creates everything. Have a good night. Okay. Yeah, that's a weird guy. Okay. I'm going to go pick up my daughters. Curious as to how many subscriptions you have to different AI-related platforms. I don't have that many. I have, I subscribe to Supermaven, I subscribe to Raycast Pro, and so that gives me ability to open up a window and ask, a question to ChatGPT, as well as Claude, as well as Perplexity, as well, all the things, basically all the things in one. And then I have Midjourney. That might be it. And then for everything else, I use Llama. I mentioned at the beginning how I'm using N8N, but that's all with Llama. Can't think of anything else that I might be paying for, though my wife keeps reminding me that we need to pay attention to my budget because I've got all sorts of subscriptions. I don't think I believe her, but in this case, I think I just heard her though. I mean, I believe her completely. So I might have a subscription or two. Oh, what's up? What's up? Oh, good. Oh man. So just go to that music?
What?
So try to switch to that music thing?
I might. I know I can't actually. I don't think at this point, because I think now she's totally full up. But what I was going to do is keep through this section and then cancel the next session. Maybe she just gets a break.
Yeah.
And then I did have her signed up for the next one. And then maybe the break class, but eventually
But that, she might be further on.
I know. But the system is broken.
Yeah.
I'm going to actually talk to Marjorie on another day when it's a little quieter. And I was even going to offer, like, Marjorie, oh my God, I move up.
Yeah.
It's hard because it's that tough time of day.
Yeah. Okay. When's my mother coming? Okay, great. No, are we go? Oh, it's Tuesday. Sorry.
It's switched.
Okay. 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 Yeah. Dream. All right. Sorry about that. All right. So that's basically what I had prepared. We're going to see if my experiment with N8N and the auto generation of chapter markers actually works. So I'm very excited to see that. And unless there's any other questions, but there were 52 comments on here today. That is amazing. Some of them were a little weird, but it's still amazing. Amazing. Anybody else have any questions, thoughts? Little broadcast and I can ban. Interesting. I don't want to ban anyone. That'd be crazy. I've only been going for 45 minutes. This would be one of the shortest. Come on, somebody's got some questions to ask. Oh, I should switch over to my main screen. There we go. What do we got? We got anything? Anyone? I gotta wait because it sometimes takes 20 seconds or so for latency. Sometimes it takes a while, and it's purely because I'm doing this at 4K resolution. If I were down lower at 1080, I could get a much faster or a shorter latency. Have a good night. Thank you, Cisco. 2010. I'm curious why 2010, Cisco. Let's see. What else can we talk about? Let's What's going on here? Let's see what's going in my email. Anybody? Anything? Nothing? Okay. I'm gonna have to end it. Now, if you know me at all, you know with me saying that I have to end it means that I'm gonna end it in. I said that on Friday. We actually ended like an hour later. Did you check out Notebook LM? No. Did we already talk about this? Notebook LM. In one ear, out the other? No. Oh, Notebook LM, Google's AI research assistant. I did not check this out. Do your best brainstorming. Try it out. I am a late comer to a YouTuber. I mentioned it to somebody. It's like, you are just finding out about this guy? God, what's his name? He's all about unaliving. Ray William Johnson. Oh my God. So I was reminded of him with that comment. All right, so try Notebook LM. Okay. Welcome. Oh yeah, I do remember seeing about the being able to create a audio conversation, a recorded conversation, that the that it automatically has with your data, which sounds pretty cool. Potentially. I don't want to keep updated. Let's try an example notebook. I don't love the fact that they are further overloading the term notebook. Like Jupyter notebooks, but not that. Click on top source, getting started to get your bearings. Okay. Cool. I hadn't really played around with this, no. Each source must be fewer than 500,000 words, and each notebook can contain up to 50 sources. 500,000 words is a lot of words. Cool, I'll play around. Sounds like NPR. All right. I'll check it out. Any other thoughts? Okay, I need to write it down, otherwise I won't check it out. Okay, so where did I put ideas to? No, not that's not it. Ideas to work on. Idea from the stream. Okay. So this is Notebook LM. Okay. Cool. What else you got? So my wife was just coming in from the car, and so she had taken my daughter to swim lessons. Now, swim lessons here, you have to book way in advance, and you have to be on the phone right away. to book them. There's like 10 slots for each class, and they disappear within all the slots. There's, I don't know, 15, 20, 30 classes. They all disappear within about 4 minutes or so. And everybody on the island is told, here's the opening time slot. They have to book them, you get them right away, and that's it. And then they're booked for the 6 months. And so we booked it. It was easy when it was the first level, but now she's further on, and she had her first class today, and they said, well, she's a little too advanced for this class, but all the other classes that are more advanced, they're already full. Like, So, yeah, now what do we do? So do we just let her keep taking the classes even at an easier level? It's not really, yeah, it's a bit challenging. Oh well. Anybody else got any comments? No? All right. Well, it's going to be a short one. We're going to end it here. We'll check out the recording in about 10 minutes. 10, maybe 15 minutes. I don't know how long it'll take. 15 minutes. And we'll see if the automatic chapters happened. I'm really hoping they do, because it'll be amazing not having to worry about it. Okay. I'm going to end it. Okay, well, thanks so much for being here. It's always fun to do these streams. I'll do it closer to 10:30 tomorrow. I think, I hope. And then I've also got my stream that I do, my once a week-ish stream that I do with my former colleague and now friend, Ryan, who still is at Datadog. They had a big internal meetings last week, so we didn't get to do our stream last week, but we'll do it this week, tomorrow. So thanks so much for being here, and I'll say good night. Bye. End.